Why is the 9-dash line so important in international water navigation? It is one of the largest passages of international commerce and trade. It has one of the largest deposits of minerals, oils, water fishing rights in the world. Why is China defining the 9-dash line now? China's goal is to create a stronger sphere of influence. Why now is the blossoming into one of the most potentially hot spots in the East? Have the Western powers been amiss to this area of the world and have lost focus? Weak presidency of the United States and world free leaders. No policy in effect until now. This past year, the U.S. has just started sending ships and planes into the disputed areas. The International Council, located in The Hague, firmly submits that the claims China and the other countries are not valid. China signed on to the international treaty, and now they are ignoring the policy established. Larger issues are at hand here. The China government to their people. China has suffered humiliation for years. The Boxer Revolution, China has lost millions of lives to Japan. Today, even the Chinese have a holiday called Anti-Japanese Day that was just celebrated a few weeks ago. The political machine in Beijing sees that this is an opportunity for gathering their countrymen behind a common cause. Outsiders at once, again, are trying to interfere with their country. The West talk of trade barriers, duties increasing. This does not affect the people in the power, but the workers in the world. Shutting doors is not the answer. We need to find ways of reaching out to the people of China. The freedom of speech in China has never been more attacked than going back to the Mao Revolution. The 9-dash line is no more than a political tool to manipulate the citizens of China to rally around Wu Sing Hong, the Chinese flag. If the Western world leaders fail to see what is behind the red curtain, we will be opening the door to something we might not be able to close. Thank you for joining me for Straight Talk. I am Arvid Funland.
We didn't pass them out today, but if any of you Toastmasters would like to send Martha a note, feel free to do so. That's something we do in our meeting for those of you who are new. It will have a little slip of paper, comment on their speech, giving them a little insight about what you feel they did really great. If there's anything that you feel could have been done a little differently to help them better understand. And then always adding with a positive note.
It was clear, wasn't
So
it?
that's what we call the Oreo cookie method, where you give them a little boost in the beginning, give them something to grow on, and then a little boost at the end. The next part of our meeting is John's favorite part. It was always my scariest part, going back many, many years. Tonight we have a great table topics master to help us think on our feet. That's what our table topics is all about, and I know competent communicator Ken Norquist will share a little more insight with you. Please help me welcome Ken.
This is my favorite part of the meeting. I love thinking on my feet. I love to volunteer to do this when somebody else is having the questions, because I don't have to research anything. I can make it up and nobody knows the difference. So I've got some questions here, or some topics tonight. And if we have any brave souls out there, this is the time to volunteer. Barbara.
What's the topic?
We don't know yet.
Oh, we don't know yet. What is the greatest lesson in life you have ever learned?
Armor, phone card. Take it away.
That is the easiest question that you could have given me, Ken. The greatest lesson in life I've ever learned is that I know nothing. Okay? The older I get, the more I want to think I'm wiser, but it's the more I realize I know nothing. Okay? I'm so open to learning. There's so many different opportunities to learn out there in this world. There's so many changes that are going on. It's unbelievable. So the more I know is the less I know. Thank you.
Fred.
John, do you remember what I called it? Table topic terror. Come on down.
All right, it's the card.
Pick a card.
Choose your card.
Chat pack, huh? But you had, in the old days, we used to have to think up these questions.
Well, I'll tell you why we use the chat pack. Because I forgot I was a table topics master tonight.
And I forgot I had to bring my glasses so I could read the little print.
Well, he could have read for you.
Yeah, oh, that's my job. Yeah.
I like to read.
Go ahead.
Because it all depends where you put the inflections.
Okay, Fred.
Okay, you've no doubt heard the expression, they couldn't pay me enough to do that job. What job would that be for you? Very interesting. What job would I not want to do for money? I can't think of a job. If you're going to pay me enough, I'll do pretty much any job. What job would I not like to do? The guy at the racetrack who follows the thoroughbred horses around with the little shovel in the bucket. That wouldn't be one of my favorite jobs at all. But if a six-figure salary was offered, I might be able to swing that. Then there's the other job that we used to kid around with when we were kids in high school. The job that you could get working for the subway system. The guy who sucked the farts out of the subway seats. That's the job we always wished on our enemies. Then there's the job I discovered, this would be my ideal job, but I didn't discover it until I was almost arthritic. A bra fitter at Macy's. Fabulous job. It's almost as good as a gynecologist. But I guess I'll just have to satisfy myself with be willing to do anything for money. Thank you. Got a smile.
When he was talking about the guy following the horse around, this is a true story. I worked my way through college, shoveling chicken
Shoveling chicken what?
manure.
Oh, chicken manure.
My father-in-law at the time was in the spreader business. I'd come home on the weekends and I could shovel the old song, 18 tons, and what do you get? You get enough money to go to the next week, go back to college. We have some more volunteers. We got plenty of easy ones up here, fun ones.
Good.
Come on, James. Next. Get your car. Just one. I hope so. You've been given a chance to travel into the future to see how the world will change over the next 50 years. What change in particular would you be most interested in? Time travel. James.
Thank you. It's the tabletop now. Very interesting topic. Travel into the future. What one change would I like to see happen? think we would all say world peace. However, I don't think that will be possible in our lifetime or in our great-great-great-children's lifetimes. How about this? We at least agree to disagree. We don't go to war if we don't agree with another country. We don't go and we don't go and stir up our country if we don't like the politics, the people in power, whatever. The U.S., we actually do not understand most of the third world. The third world is still developing. They're essentially still in the larva stage of life. They have not even reached adulthood in the order of governmental development. I think that if we could just learn to agree to disagree, that would be a change that would better the world. Mr. Tabletop.
Thank you, Vinny. We're getting easier, we're getting better. That's his turn. Yeah, Lynette, take your turn. You have to pick one now. What is one trip you have never taken, but you would like to take someday? What is one trip you've never taken, but you'd like to take someday? Lynette, go ahead.
I've always enjoyed traveling and have done a fair amount. I find it interesting whenever I have traveled, I like to enjoy the cuisine. Went to Jamaica, stayed for about 3 weeks several years ago, and there was a little place on the beach, it's called Blackie's. They had the freshest of all the fish, brought it straight in from the ocean, and cooked it on a dirt floor in this little restaurant. It was amazing, just amazing. Traveled Europe. When I was in England, I was blessed enough to be with families. So able to taste a lot of the local cuisine just as the natives would. As a trip that I haven't taken yet, but I would really enjoy to take, I've always wanted to go to Australia.
Australia.
Australia. I want to see the kangaroos in the wild. I want to eat one.